Hey guys, CryptoClover here. I am going to do a little bit of a market update here. I'm currently in Johor, Malaysia, checking out a couple of different things here. Looking at potentially setting up maybe an apartment, maybe a place to live here. The cost of living is a lot lower. There's a few different advantages and things that I'm looking at considering. Right across the street here, there's a huge new development that they've built, and pricing for some of the places there are pretty competitive. So, looking into potentially maybe setting up a little bit of a spot there. There's also a new development that I've been mentioning on some of my streams. They've got this forest city that looks pretty awesome. I'm gonna go check that out here in the next couple of days or whatnot. There's a lot of interesting things that they're doing there. So it's kind of like a Dubai land reclamation area. They're setting up all of this really cool stuff, and they're starting to finish up some of the different projects there. So yeah, it looks good. What's going on? DM Profit, Maza, Yiko, Byron, Two Taco, Crypto Dance. What's going on? It's probably morning time for most of you guys back in the States. I figure this is a good time to do a live stream. It's almost 1 a.m. here. I've been up kind of doing some different things. My hours are kind of all over the place. Yeah, so the Imposter. I'm going to show you guys this. So I got an email. From someone here who was getting some friend requests on Facebook, and so this guy. Let me show this to you. This guy is basically stealing all of the stuff off of my Instagram. Hope you guys can see that okay. He's stealing all of the stuff off of my Instagram, and he's reposting it, pretending to be me. So if you take a look at this profile here, his name is Argrius Mentos. So apparently this guy, I mean, this is just my latest post on Instagram that I just did not too long ago. I mean, he's copying everything. He's copying my text, and he's communicating and posing as me. This is something in Ukhard, India. I'm pretty sure this guy is Indian. He's friends with like 3 guys that are Indian, so I don't know. Like I reported this guy like a day or 2 ago. I didn't hear anything, but yeah, he's copying all of my stuff. And he's been doing this for a long time. Like if you go back in his history, he's actually been copying my stuff since July. It looks like July, August. So beware out there. I know that's happened to a few guys, that there's been some of the other YouTubers that are just copying some of their stuff. But I've been dealing with this actually quite a bit on YouTube. There's been several people that have been copying a lot of my videos. They've been copying, like reposting them, posing as me. And so I don't really know like how I can do, what I can do about, going about that to kind of protect my image or my brand or whatnot. But yeah, it's crazy world we're living in. So I don't, I can report him, but I mean, he's just probably going to open up a new profile and do something. So one of the things that people have been telling me is that people just they can't trust Indians, and I'm actually dealing with that right here in Johor Bahru. I've been actually networking with several Indians. And I unfortunately I've been ripped off by one. I got a few other guys that are just it's a little bit of a different dynamic. So I'm learning as I go how to deal with some of this stuff. But yeah, I've been warned a few different times about some of the different dynamics with Indians, and I think I just need to spend some time out in India and do that. But some of the Indian teams that I've been talking with, they were wanting to work with me. They were wanting me to kind of be, help them with their branding, because if they can't do different types of marketing with an Indian person as their kind of branding. Just Indians, I guess, don't trust other Indians. So kind of looking in that, but this guy is definitely Indian. This guy that has basically been posing as me. So anyways, but I'm going to take a look at the market. We're going to switch around and take a look at some of these different things. I don't know how well the camera doesn't look as good on this phone. I'm not sure how well you guys can see this. But Bitcoin has been down. I'm going to go ahead and turn this around because I'm not really seeing that on there very well. Bitcoin's been down. The market cap has actually been at around 600 million in terms of. I think the other day I'd mentioned that we had seen a high of 650 million or 650 billion on the market cap. It come all the way down to 550 billion, and we saw a recent surge where it came up to about 610. Now it's settling at about 600 or so. Different currencies are doing fairly well. Ripple is kind of the one that's been performing pretty well today, up 18%. There's been a few others that have been doing pretty well. 8share has been up 25%. There's several other alt currencies that have been kind of in the red. The big one that I've been talking about 2 days ago was BitConnect. Just looking at the pricing trends, we've seen it really come down and down and down and down, and there was it was just kind of due for a little bit of a correction. But man, it really boomed the other day. So as I was saying, I was like, I started actually consolidating a lot of money into BitConnect. I had a lot of Bitcoin, and I basically was dumping it right into BCC, and pretty much almost doubled my money as prices have come up. The pricing trends have been kind of a little bit erratic in terms of the. It makes me kind of wonder with some of the different things that are going on. I don't know if you guys are getting this as well, but ever since the website updated, I started getting this new Cloudflare, different, it's like a Cloudflare protection thing. Anyways, that's been kind of going on every time I've been logging into the site. There's a few different things that have been kind of a little bit annoying. Yeah, looking at the exchange, lending has been down today, but the other thing is this graph, it changes all the time. But this was actually different the other day. Now it's changing back, so I'm not really sure why it's doing, why it's kind of doing some of the different things. But you've seen here. In the last 3 days, you've seen it come down, 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 and then boom, we had a huge surge in pricing, and then it started to taper off a little bit. Another boom in pricing where it almost reached an all-time high, and then it come down here recently as volumes have kind of been down. So it's some of the reasoning behind that. It's possible that you might have had some new investors that were getting into BitConnect that were buying BCC coins to put out large loans, and that's why you might have seen a huge boom in pricing if they were putting out considerable amount of loans. There's been some theories I've been seeing on different websites where people are theorizing that BitConnect, as the pricing had come down, that they're actually buying back their own coin, and they're looking to to kind of control their own pricing of their coin in that respect. It's hard to say, but I think the trends that we had been seeing was everything was kind of going in a downward trend, which led me to believe that we were going to see a little bit of a correction. What's going on, John? Kyle Palmer, Kosovo Mining. Yeah. Why in Binance altcoin price are lower than other exchange? Let's take a look at that. I know the Binance exchange has been the #1 exchange right now in terms of volume of trading. So I'll show you that here. Hope you guys can see this okay. The Binance exchange, #1, followed by BitThumb. So BitThumb has historically, over the last 4 to 6 months, has been the #1 exchange trading cryptocurrency. Right now it has the #1 trading cryptocurrency pair in Ripple. So we're seeing almost, 3/4 of a billion in trading over the last 24 hours. Prices have boomed. They're up about to $1.50. So I, had bought in on Ripple when it was a little bit under a quarter, and just recently it's really been doing pretty well. Let's take a look at kind of the overall pricing trend, but up 17% today. Taking a look at some of the charts, I'm having some problems here with. CoinMarketCap, I'm not sure if you guys are experiencing the same thing, but But yeah, the charting is not working on this exchange. But yeah, you see a huge difference in pricing. And so I had a guy that's been contacting me that wanted to start selling like $100,000 in Ripple every day, and was just kind of looking for buyers. And so I've got a few different people that are trying to move large sums of money on a daily basis. So like there's some different dynamics that I'm looking to set up potentially in Singapore, potentially here in Malaysia, and I think for one, like if you're really trying to move cryptocurrency in a couple of different ways, you can. It's probably a little bit better to get into something like Ripple, something like Litecoin, some of these other currencies to actually transact, and then once you finish that transaction, then you can switch back into Bitcoin if that's what you choose to do, depending on some of the ways that you're transacting that. So just some different ways to kind of move assets around, but I'm interested to kind of see how this plays out. There's a lot of different ways that the market could really be interpreted at this point. It's nothing that I'm really seeing is giving me any kind of indication that that we're going to see something with some of the different alt currencies. I mean, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but if you can see these chartings, you can see the chartings, everything's kind of really moving in a sideways direction. A few that are kind of moving in an upward trend, but you can see a lot of volatility here earlier, and then everything is really kind of leveled out and plateaued. So that kind of actually leads me to believe that we might start seeing a surge in Bitcoin's price, and I think that's we're a little bit overdue for that. I think we might see Bitcoin really come up. It's kind of been all over the place. It's been really between like 15 and 16,000 in terms of pricing, and so I think we may see a little bit of a boom in pricing as we kind of head into the new year. Bitcoin Cash I think is another one that I'm interested to see how that performs. I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin Cash. I think that there's been just a tremendous amount of activity in trading. It has dropped down to the number 4 position. It was at number 3, and we had seen it really come up. I can't show you guys the graphs, so I'm still kind of struggling, unfortunately, with some of the internet issues that I'm having here, where I'm not getting live data. I'm not sure if you guys are having the same issues in CoinMarketCap, but every country I kind of travel to, I'm kind of dealing with different issues with the internet. So I apologize for that, but I'm going to try to get a more settled office here pretty soon, where I'll have a little bit more control over what's coming in and out. But there's been a lot of price discrepancies with Bitcoin Cash. So taking a look at Bitcoin Cash, you're seeing pricing in Asia, especially in the Korean exchanges, are trading at about $3,500 to $3,700. So that's a huge difference from some of the more American exchanges, where we're more like $2,800, $2,700. Currently, if you're looking at the average pricing is $2,800, but there's a huge pricing difference where it's about $3,500 in all of the different Korean exchanges. So you can see CoinNest, Corbit, CoinOne, BitThumb. You're seeing just a big difference in pricing there. And Bitcoin Cash tends to be traded much more heavily in the Korean and Asian markets, and it's been one that's garnered a lot of animosity in American exchanges. A lot of people are, like I know on my social media, on Instagram, I'm seeing a lot of people that are like joking about it. Like there was even something recently, if you guys are into torrents, there was Pirate Bay takes donations with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or whatever, and it actually there was a joke, about Bitcoin Cash where it was like LOL, and they didn't put their address there, seeing it as a joke, which, there's a lot of people that are very, knowledgeable in the cryptocurrency space that are very high on Bitcoin Cash, essentially saying that is the closest, coin to the original, white paper of Bitcoin. So, it's possible that we might see a little bit of a leveling in price, where you'll see, Bitcoin Cash start to come up a little bit more, along with maybe Bitcoin coming down. I think what we'll see is as we're coming into the SegWit 2x fork that we're going to be having here pretty soon with Bitcoin, I think we'll see pricing come up a little bit with Bitcoin for people wanting to get those free coins. So that's a little bit of a trend that I'll also be seeing here pretty soon. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm seeing the market. Hey.
Reception there. Come and take me.
Indians. Hey, I'm here at the hotel.
Huh?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm also here. Sit hotel there. Come take me.
Oh, you're here?
I was in reception there.
Okay, I'll come down and get you.
Okay.
All right. Well, I got to get going here in a little bit. I'm networking with a couple of Indians. We'll see how this goes. But I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow morning. So I'll probably hit you guys in the afternoon. For those of you guys that want to take a look, I'll answer a few questions here before I go. Crypto Dance had a question. Why haven't you gone to Korea or set up over there? I want to see how it's done. Yeah, you know, I need to do a few different things here in the Singapore, Malaysia area before I head up to Korea. I definitely want to get up there and do some different things, but right now I kind of need to focus here. I missed Crypto Dances. Oh, do you know what is going on with BitConnect Ltd? So still no annual report filed, and they have until the 7th of January to prove UK government how they make profit. Well, BitConnect Ltd, it should be BitConnect International. So they've changed entities, as far as I know. You know, I don't know enough about the filings to really speak on it. If I'm going to be a promoter for Singapore, though, it sounds like I'm going to be involved with that whole process. So I'll be talking a little bit more with some of the other promoters that might be a little bit more knowledgeable on that subject. So, but yeah, I want to do DM Profit. I want to do one on the privacy coins. There's been several privacy coins, so I might do that later in the afternoon stream. So. So be on the lookout for that. But I'm gonna try to wake up for you guys earlier in the morning, and probably be a little afternoon for those of you in the U.S. So I'll be looking to do another live stream here and give you guys a little bit more of an update. But yeah, a little bit of a shorter stream. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.